It's a Silent Bob. Not a T-shirt thing, but another one of these situations where the school tells the girl that she's got to cover herself up.
Ooh, I remember we did something like this.
Who did something like this at your school?
There was a Pimp and Hose Day with like our senior year.
Oh my God, they still do that?
Well, this is 20 years ago. So
no, but I've seen like schools still do these things.
Oh yeah,
during Spirit Week.
So there's this one girl, and she had giant jugs, just like out of this world, huge. Anything she wore looked like a shirt that was showcasing her boobs because they were so big.
It was hanging on for dear life.
So on Pimp and Hose Day, she wore a real low-cut shirt, and they were just out there, and they were giant.
This was senior year in high school.
Senior year, and they made her like wear a hoodie the rest of the day. So she's got this like extravagant outfit that she put together, and then she's just wearing like a Medina Bees hoodie over it.
Pimp and Hose
Because
Day.
those little bees, yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem something like there's no way you could
It wasn't sanctioned by the school. It's just something that we did.
Well, no, our school we had Spirit Week, and they had an opposite sex day where the guys dressed up as girls and the girls dressed up as guys.
You couldn't do that now.
I know.
In Oberlin? You kidding me?
By the time I got into high school, or maybe it was middle school, by the time I got there, they had gotten rid of it completely. Because I remember I told my brother, I said, because he's dressing up as a girl the next day, and my mom was going to like do him up. I said, make sure you wake me up before you go to school, because I want to see what you look like. He had some fishnet stockings on, some puffballs, and like little bangs hanging out. I was like, oh my God. And he's bigger, so he already had the boobs. So I was like, oh my God. I was like, I can't wait to do this in my little homosexual mind.
In Oberlin, you couldn't wait to dress up, to cross-dress.
I was like, I'm a slay.
Wow.
But then they canceled it.
They heard Cody Brown was interested, and they said, we got to 86 this before he comes of age.
Yeah, I was ready for my Beyonce moment, but I never got it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Consider it a missed opportunity. But this girl at some school in Florida was called to the office because she didn't wear a bra to school, and they said that her nipples were distracting the other students and wanted her to put Band-Aids over her nipples.
That's fair.
See, this is one of these stories I'm always very ambivalent about. Because on the one hand, if you're a high school girl, wear a bra to school. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, you shouldn't get hauled into the office because dudes are checking you out, but high school guys are going to look at your boobs. They're just going to. And teachers too.
And people are going to comment on it, and they're going to be out there, especially if they're distracting everyone. What are you doing after school?
Right.
I don't. What was the answer for number 4?
This isn't a sexist
Nipples,
thing.
stop being so distracting.
Keep your eyes on your own paper, Nipples.
This isn't a sexist thing, though, because I think if
Are you cold? I'm cold.
It's freezing in here.
If it was a teenage boy and he had like a giant wang, and he was wearing sweatpants, they would probably tell him he couldn't wear sweatpants
Right,
anymore.
but it's far less likely a high school kid's going to have a giant wang than girls with big boobs.
No, it's not.
I guarantee.
Girls develop sooner. Yes,
but guys wear tight sweatpants. They wear those joggers now to where you can see
Right, but you know
everything.
better than anyone. Most guys are not packing like that.
But they will showcase it like they are.
But if there was a guy that went to school and was doing the gray sweatpants challenge, they would absolutely
you have to wear
say
jeans,
something.
bro.
Yeah, they'd say you have to go put on some underwear.
Or tie a shirt around your waist or something like that.
Or just
because they're peacocking.
Go sit in the freezer for a minute.
Right. So this girl got hauled into the office.
The shirt. It's like the same material. This one's probably I don't know. You couldn't see through it. It's not sheer, so you couldn't see any color or anything. It's just a plain gray t-shirt. So then they asked me to go put a t-shirt on underneath my shirt to constrict and tighten my breasts in. So
by the way, the t-shirt she's wearing in this interview is so loose, I can't tell how big her boobs are.
Yeah.
Sitting there looking at her, you're like, I wouldn't,
I went to go put a t-shirt on, and I'm already crying in the office. I felt so humiliated. I was like, okay, wow, this is actually happening. So I go to the clinic, and I put a t-shirt on under my shirt. And then she asks me, I go back in Miss Velasquez's office, and she asks me to move around. So I took a step back, and I was kind of shocked. I was like, I can't believe she asked me that. And I just said, I moved my hair back, and I just
So then the teacher's making her jiggle.
That's
to see
such
how
a weird thing
how
to
much
do.
she moves. This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of stuff that no girl in school should have to do. It's ridiculous on its face.
Right.
But on the other hand...
That's the job for the guidance counselor.
Well, I think that's who I don't know who she's talking to. Principal, guidance counselor?
See, this is a situation where you just leave it alone, and it's a good training ground for the young male students that are being distracted to do the eye contact challenge.
Learn focus.
Yeah.
Life is all
Discipline.
about focus and discipline, right? What, the rest of your life you're going to go, oh, I got distracted.
But they do, though.
What?
Like,
I know they do, but you got to take control of your own life and go, that's pretty cool.
You got to learn
but-
to sneak a peek and then keep going.
But
That's right.
There have been countless employees, women who have been wearing like shirts that like expose cleavage, and they've been asked to like dress more
But
conservative at
that's
work. That's
one.
real life.
That's one thing. This is not that. This is a girl who was wearing like a long sleeve crew neck T-shirt. It wasn't even a V-neck shirt. This wasn't even about cleavage. It's about her nipples.
My
And
arms
nipples
up, 'cause I
exist.
knew what she was like.
I think I may
implying,
have
you know?
weird nipples.
So I just did that, and then she sat back down in her chair in her office and was brainstorming out loud of things that she could do to hide my nipples, basically. So she's like, Band-Aids, and she runs to the clinic, and I'm in her office by myself for a minute, and somebody from outside comes and grabs me, tells me to go to the clinic, and I'm handed 4 Band-Aids and told to X out my nipples.
I mean, listen, if you're a girl who has breasts like that, you know what your nipples are, what they do. If you're going to school without a bra on,
That's on you.
that is kind of on you.
They're headlights.
But you also, but if you're a dude in school, you also got to learn to take care of yourself. You got to learn to. It's part of life, man.
But man,
When you're out of school and there's no like governing body in your life, when you're just walking around, there's no principal's office to go to. You get your ass kicked by looking at somebody the wrong way.
but men.
Just say it real quick.
I'm trying to eat nuts. Say what? The YouTube stuff again?
Yeah.
All right. Like and subscribe. If you like what we do and want to subscribe, there's probably something down here. Whatever, right? Thanks.